Martyrs. All of these martyrs who give themselves up to their killers, in the end commit suicide. But they allow it to be done by someone else's hand, simply so that they can be called martyrs to their cause. When these martyrs have died, people begin to believe in them because they convince themselves that the martyr would not have died unless what they believed in was worth dying for. All of these martyrs must be in touch with something, or they would not have had the courage to die on the cross. But do martyrs die simply because, at last, they have realized that there is no one there and they can no longer live because they cannot face up to a life that has no meaning for them? Suicide is the road that cowards take. That is what people have always said. But they say it because they believe that God gave them life and only God can take it away. But if the martyr no longer believes that, then does it matter what people say? The martyr never did listen to people, because if they had, they would never have travelled the road that brought them to this point, where all martyrs are faced with actually reaching out to touch what they believe in, to make it real, and then finding that they receive no response, no matter how much they plead with the darkness to respond to them. So the martyr has no choice but to seek out their killers, to approach them with their vision and try to foist it upon them. They do this because they know that their killers are innocent, and at first they love them to gain their loyalty, but the martyr requires to be killed, so he pushes his lovers into a corner until they are so hurt and confused that they have no choice but to lash out at their tormentors. But the martyr cannot stop even when they see the killer's torment, because once they have the killer in pain, they know that they have got them, because the killer understands the martyr wants the killer to do something for them, and that is to take the martyr's life, so that the martyr can see a door open, and then they can finally find out what they have always wanted to know, and that is if something really does exist beyond death. So the killer prepares the file of poison, the wood and the nails, the torture chamber, the rack and the whip, the brushwood for the stake, just so that they can fulfill the wishes of the martyr, who has total control over the killer. But the martyr lets the killer believe that they are in charge. But when the martyr is dead, the killer always increases their belief in the martyr and immediately begins to miss them. When the martyr has passed, the people who are left get down on their knees and pray, saying that the ways of God are both mysterious and wonderful, and they read the words of everything that the martyr ever said, and they make their laws and live their lives according to the martyr's word, because if the martyr lived and died in the service of the Lord, then what he said must be the word of God. But all the martyr ever did was commit suicide. This is what Socrates did, and he called God beauty. And this is what Jesus Christ did, and he called God Father. That is what Joan of Arc did, and he called God duty. That is what Friedrich Nietzsche did, and he called God the strength of the will. That is what Marx did, and he called God the labour of working men. And now the bill has been paid in full. Isn't life wonderful? The end.